That is now 3 of the 4 seasons handled. Leaving us only with summer. You think they would have been nice enough to actually give you a forge or something out here? Before we go on to the last one, we'll do a regular save here. Everything's still good? Everything's still good. What else did we find that we can toss in here right now? Armor of Restoration. Yeah, I don't really need those at the second. A hip bone. Actually, now that I have the soul trap sword, I should probably get the empty soul gems out. Ah, summertime. Vacation's where I wanna be. Ooh, we get the repair spider. Hi. A note on summer. Oh, I love the Wabbajack quests. I always really like the fact that they actually made it a point to actually kind of drop hints. The fact that the Sheogorath that you hang out with in Skyrim is actually the main player character from Oblivion. Summer. Bless us, we can use one of the control rods to make the metal crawlies opened away. It's wonderful. Where's a control rod? Oh! Good news, Creepy Crawly. We have a control rod for you. Can you open that for me? Thank you. Oh yeah, no, anything with Sheogorath is always just so much fun. Like, honestly, I remember the first time playing Shivering Isles back in the day. It was just kind of like on the floor laughing at some of the dialogue and conversations with him. Cheese for everyone, or cheese for no one. Which is just as good if you don't like cheese. Fix. Thank you. I don't even know what that did. Come back here. Fix that. You know, if all you're gonna do is just electroshock it and knock down the bridges, I can do that part. Oh, sorry. Was I in your way? Oh, I saw that one on the list of like collectible type of things, and I was like so tempted. But then at the same time, I'm just kind of like, it kind of reminded me of when I got the, at one point I tried to use the fossil digging up mod, where you have a chance of getting a fossil whenever you do like excavate anything or like dig out, mine anything. And it just became unbearably tedious in the long run. It was a neat idea, but man, by the end of it, I was just kind of like, okay, this stopped being fun around X long ago. Oh, yeah. Probably can't attack with that then. That's a problem. Can you attack them? I do love silly stuff like cheat. Ah! Get over here. Well, how did you resist the fire damage? It only does fire damage to troll. The flame Atronach is a troll. Alright. We've got 2 short tunnels here. And then 1 big, elaborate looking one. I'm gonna assume that's the big finale. Everything seems like it runs in there. So let's check out the little ones first. Ah, what am I doing? You're sure taking your sweet time. Why didn't I just switch back to flank? I don't know. I once tried to grab everything I could that was related to Legacy of the Dragonborn. And then I just kind of like, from there, I played through a lot of it and figured out what did and didn't work for me. Because there's a lot of options, and some of them are crazy involved. Some of them are just kind of cool. Some of them really don't add anything. And then some of them are just kind of like nice little added collectible things. One of the big ones that I do recommend if you do the Legacy of Dragonborn is there's a mod out there that puts vendors in various towns, and they sell some of the more unusual, hard to find collectibles that get put in the museum. Like there's a guy who just will sell you the coins, or a person who'll sell you the seashells. And it makes it a lot easier, so you don't have to sit there and try and like play I Spy Where's Wally, Where's Waldo, depending on what side of the pond you're on, with the seashells like going around the coast. It's just one of those little things that gives you a little bit more convenience with it, and becomes a little less like frustrating when you can't find the one you want, is that there's a chance that the vendor will have it. Okay, he is coming. I see the arrow moving. Thank you. That is a lot of items in that museum. I know at least in this playthrough, I've got like a lot of the quest ones. I've got like worm... What's it called? Like worm tail, worm tongue? I've got the Helgen Reborn. I've got a bunch of the other, like some of the story mod stuff. I like the story ones because there's like a little bit more meat to those than just this one adds, you know, a bajillion extra things for you to track down. But yeah, essentially I just went through as many as I could and then kind of figured out what worked, what didn't, and then from there kind of eliminated them in future playthroughs. I mean, especially when it's like things like this where you end up with like the Collectors Club stuff and you know, they finally updated all the stuff for the Anniversary Edition. But the first thing they say is when you install it, do this with a clean start, new game only type of thing. Like, don't try and add this to a previous playthrough. I try and keep that in mind and everything, and that's why I kind of like create my curated list of things like, oh, so I have to start over for this. Well, let's grab all the ones I remember enjoying. Yeah, I just realized I never finished my little D&D story from back in the Autumn Room. The whole thing was saying is I am a dungeon master for about 2 different D&D campaigns. Been playing and dungeon mastering for, it has to have been about almost a decade at this point. Ran a 4th edition campaign from level 1 to level 30. And so when I see something like those, the wheat puzzle, and my first instinct is, oh, is there less types of wheat than there actually are, and you have to figure out which ones it goes into? I say that because I've tried puzzles like that. And, it's always a bad idea. Like, just, in D&D, just give them exactly, like, you can play with, like, oh, which ones go in what? Sure, but don't ever fall for the, give them more options than what is necessary. Unless you plan on that being, like, the only thing they do for that entire dungeon. Because it will consume them entirely. Because they'll think up of ways of those things need to come up, combinations those things need to go into that you would never imagine. And I say that fully aware that probably at least one person from my D&D groups are actually watching this. All 3 of them gave you the... All of them have given you the same riddle? Like, exact same phrasing and everything? Oh, jeez. I have to wonder if it's like on a website of like great D&D riddles or something. Oh. You died. That's why I always like don't like going for like pre-made riddles and things like that. I'll come up with my own, or maybe I'll combine one or two of them together if I think I've got an idea that works with two. But going with the ones, especially like off of riddle websites, those are almost always just things that are like, everyone will find it, everyone will use it, and then on top of that, usually they're fairly painfully obvious. Like, they're riddles that were originally intended for, like, grade school kids, which, don't get me wrong, people will still fall for grade school riddles. I myself have fallen for some that are, like, designed for kids. But in the end, it just feels more like you gotta somehow sell that the riddle is what kept people out from figuring something out beforehand. I have to go back and get another spider control. I do not know where it is. Okay, so apparently it's this way. Not this way. Go back. Turn this way. Strong as iron but made with holes. What am I? A net? Made with holes. A grate? See, this one's getting me. I don't know this one. I mean, granted, I'm not exactly the world's best at riddles myself, but... So I'm going to assume the whole thing is it's as strong as iron, but it's not actually made of iron. I think that might be where I'm getting tripped up. The plot. I think that's a perfectly acceptable answer. What is it? If you don't mind me asking. Chains. Yeah, no, that does meet the definition, that's true. And it's still a better riddle than what is in my pocket. Hey. Give me back the control rod. Oh, I still have it. Okay, so what do I need to do now in here? Use the control rod to direct to the service waypoints, right? But aren't I supposed to get like a little gemstone or something to... Alright, well, I'm leaving. Seems weird that this one doesn't have a control gem thingy in it, but then at the same time it didn't also have a mask in it, so... I'm also supposed to explore the mage's camp and find the back leg of the horse. Oh, whoa, no way! Dude, you're alive! You're like the first person I've seen that's alive! And you brought a Jedi! And you guys are way higher level than me. Well, I'm also supposed to investigate the mage's camp, which... What am I supposed to investigate at the mage's camp? Because you're the mage. Was there a book I didn't read, or...? Oh, yeah, here. Oh. Which one of these have I already done? I'm pretty sure I've disabled most of those. Ooh, the Sky Killer Gallery! Friggin' resisted flames? What the heck? Why do you have so much defense? I won! Somehow. Well, it helps when you use an expert level destruction spell that you have that eats through your magicka like super quick but does insane amounts of damage. In the end, no machine is prepared for the power of electricity. But we didn't find everything. Because we didn't find all the pieces of the horse. Incredibly high doses of electricity. Hello?
Wait there, citizen. I'm sorry, but the museum is currently closed off until further notice.
Say what?
Oh, you're the proprietor of the collection here, aren't you?
Yes?
Orion told me I should be expecting you eventually.
Were you just waiting outside for me?
Situation at the museum, and Orion has called the priests of Arcade to assist. I am Brother Rickard.
Oh gods, who died?
Well, actually, that's what we're trying to find out. You see, the museum is apparently plagued by a ghost of some kind. And
Can I just drop my stuff off?
And Orion himself. Therefore, he closed the museum to the public until this could be sorted out.
Ah.
It's uncertain at this point. Most spirits merely have some unfinished business that preoccupies their minds and souls, binding them to Mundus.
Who's this guy behind you?
But they can become rather testy if they're not appeased eventually.
Well, have fun with that.
Really? Well, I was hoping you might be able to help me. I don't expect any severe danger, but you never know. Are you sure you want me to take care of it myself? The museum won't be accessible for a couple of days.
Oh, fine.
I think that's for the best. You know the place better than I do, and it'll go more quickly, I suspect.
You think that, but this quest is jank.
Active at night, so we should return here at nightfall. Say around 9, and we'll see what we can discover.
I think it's the rear left leg. Ah! The heck? And don't get me wrong, I like your outfit. It's cool looking, but... Who the heck? What was it? Do you know who that guy... Like... You're a priest of Arcade, right? Do you want this? No? Okay. I have no idea what that was about. So it's left black bag is to be found in the main chamber near the glowing field of glowing. Yeah, left back leg. So, like, every single piece was in the spring room? Well, since we got till 9 o'clock tonight, we might as well. 9 o'clock in-game. Might as well go back for it. I don't want to reactivate the horse yet until we can get, like, all the pieces, like, put into the museum and everything like that. And then I'll come back for him, but... Just a random dude waiting there to jump me. I don't know what that was about. mean, I guess it really doesn't matter which way I go, because now that we got the bridge down, it goes this way or that way, and equal distance from the opposite sides. Thanks for the tip on the location there, Argo. Yeah, luckily I know I've done the museum quest so many times for Legacy of the Dragonborn. It's just like, I know exactly which steps to hit every single time, and I'm... Wait, I went the wrong way. Okay, if there's that way, this way. Well, I will hand it to him, and, I mean, you know, for the purpose of the stream, we'll see it here in a minute here once I go back and get this. But it is really kind of a fun quest in the way that, like, it's well made. Like, there's a lot of talent in the design of the quest. The fact that everything gets turned topsy-turvy, Freaky Friday, monster, you know, all the different visual things they do in the place. What the? Oh, that'll be really neat. I'm actually really glad they've continued development on this and all the different cool stuff they've done with it. And I am really hoping they finally get a chance to finish Odyssey of the Dragonborn, because it looks amazing. You are 100% right, and I do not know why I went to spring. I'm just sitting there just going like, okay, it's just back here, down here, somewhere. It's like, wait a minute. You are 100% right, and I do not know why. For some reason, I thought wheat. I'm like, that's a plant. Plants are in spring. Spring is where we'll go. Incredibly weird backwards way my brain worked. Hey there! Hope you enjoyed the video! If you liked what you saw, please leave a like, a comment, or subscribe here on my YouTube channel. It really helps me get found by the algorithm. Also, here's a few extra videos that you might enjoy as well. The one up top is the full stream of this episode, and the other one is going to be something else that is going to be suggested for you. Alright, thank you so much. See you next time!